can I just say a few words before we start? Is that alright?
No.
Oh, thank you, okay.
Ready? Go.
In 1939, Norbert Elias published Civilizing Process, in which he traced how post-medieval European standards regarding sexual behaviour and bodily functions were transforming the thresholds of shame and repugnance. Elias found a correlation between the sudden appearance of words in a language and the transitional periods between historical stages of the civilizing process. And I want to look at how Twitter can influence our civilizing process now. 1934, if a man snorts like a seal when he eats, as some people do, and smacks his chops like a Bavarian yokel, he has given up all good breeding. It is not decent to poke your fingers into your ears or eyes, as some people do. In 1934, if anyone is accustomed to loosening his belt at the table, take it from me that he is not a true courtier. Do not stuff too much into yourself, Bettakultcha, as you will be obliged to commit a breach of good manners. Twitter, a complete profile picture and a short biography is essential. Do not, as some people want to do, simply have an egg. Do not commence a tweet with "hey" or "check this out," as some are wont to do. In 1530, Erasmus, turn away when spitting, lest your saliva fall on someone. If anything purulent falls to the ground, it should be trodden upon, lest it nauseate someone. If you are not at liberty to do this, catch the sputum in a small cloth. Twitter is not Facebook. Posting links to Twitter and Facebook is erroneous, and blurting out links and information, as some are wont to do, is not in the community spirit of Twitter. 1609, De la Casa. You should not offer your handkerchief to anyone unless it has been freshly washed, nor is it seemly after wiping your nose to spread out your handkerchief and peer into it as if pearls and rubies might have fallen out of your head. Do not simply post links on Twitter with no explanation. They may indicate a virus is lurking. Be creative in 140 characters, Bettakultcha. Do not use twit longer, as some are wont to do. 1729, you should care as far as you can not to touch with your bare hand any part of the body that is not normally uncovered, and if you are obliged to do so, it should be done with great precaution. You should get used to suffering small discomforts without twisting, rubbing or scratching. It is most unsavoury to use Twitter as a forum for personal sexual exploits. Mild flirting, as some want to do, is acceptable. It is acceptable to discuss other bodily functions on Twitter, however these should be hashtagged approved. 1731, is it impolite to greet someone who is urinating or defecating? If you pass someone who is relieving himself, you should act as if you had not seen him, and so it's impolite to greet him. I think that's probably still the case to me. It is acceptable to unfollow a fellow Twitter user, as some I want to do. This may not signify that you do not like what they have to say, or what they have to articulate, but it probably does. Consider drawing breath between posts on Twitter. If you share your bed with a man of higher rank, ask him which side he prefers. Do not go to bed before your superior invites you. That is not courteous. Then lie down straight and bid him good night. You are not obliged to respond to every mention or direct message in Twitter, as some I want to do, but there may be an individual tolerance level for being ignored. Do not use Friend Finder or Who Unfollowed Me, as they are unsavoury to the timeline. If you're forced to share a bed with a person of the same sex, which seldom happens, you should maintain a strict and vigilant modesty. When you have awakened and sufficient time to rest, you should get out of bed with fitting modesty and never stay in holy conversation. Swearing, cursing, particularly the C-bomb, may not be considered bad form. Politics and religion are very dangerous subjects to tweet about, as some I want to do. Remember, everyone can hear you. It is not a refined habit when coming across something disgusting in the sheet, as sometimes happens, to turn one's head to one's companion and point it out to him. It is far less proper to hold out the stinking thing for the other to smell, as some I want, who even urges him to do so, lifting the foul-smelling thing. Refrain from tweeting under the influence of alcohol, Bettakultcha, as some I want to do, as this may result in ludicrous and humiliating timelines the following morning. Maybe a breathalyzer app for the iPhone, or a hashtag. We are communicating now in a world which is virtual, and obviously Twitter can influence how we are as a culture, and it's very difficult to do so in 140 characters or less, with only an emoticon to go on. Thank you.